either raising your hand.
This call is now being recorded.
Yeah. So yeah, first of all, can you guys hear me? You can
Yes.
unmute. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Um okay, so let's begin today's discussion session. So first, I will be presenting some slides to you, and then I will take up questions on the slides that I will be discussing. So first, I will be going to the Padlet part, and you can ask query whatever query you have regarding the Padlet platform, and then we will move on to some questions that you might have seen while going through the lectures, and some there were some exercises. We will go through those exercises also. Okay, so let me start with introducing myself. Yeah, so there are a few students are also joining. Um, okay, okay, good. So hi to those who joined late, and I hope I'm audible to you guys as well. If I'm not, please raise your hand or just unmute yourself and say it loud. Fine. So I will be helping you with the Padlet platform, as well as I will be also discussing uh, some questions or some exercises from the lectures. Okay. And you may also ask some queries that you might find while going through the lectures uh, or by the notes. Okay. So yeah. So before starting to that, let me introduce myself. So I am Prerak Deep, and I am NPTL TA, one of your NPTL TA. So I will be assisting Professor Ravi, Professor Vijay Ravi Kumar in this course, and I will be conducting weekly discussion sessions with you guys. Okay, and I will be also, as you have noticed, that I'm recording this entire session with. Uh, so I will be also uploading this session on the YouTube channel. I will also share the link of this YouTube channel um, later with you guys. Communicate it. I will communicate the link to the professor, and he might share it with you guys later. Okay, so you can always go back and look for the videos. Okay, look for the recording sessions of these discussion sessions. Okay, so to those who join later, am I audible? If I'm not, please say so by raising your hand or just unmuting yourself. Okay. So what's the outline of today's discussion? So first I will be discussing about the Padlet, the online platform that you might have already heard of. So where you need to submit the drawing assignments or the challenges, drawing challenges. Okay, then I will share you the lecture links and the links to join Padlets, or uh, the link to the Padlets where you need to upload the drawing assignments. Okay, and then yeah, and then in the later half of the today's discussion, I will discuss a few questions with you. Okay, good. Okay, so how to start with Padlet? So first you need to use this URL that I mentioned. It's just simple URL padlet.com. You just open your browser, write this down, write down this URL in the URL tab, and then press enter, and you will be able to see um, yeah, so a window like this will appear in your browser. Okay, so if this window is appearing, that means you are on the right track. And now you need to create an account. If you don't have already, you need to sign up for it. If you have already, uh, then it's fine. Okay. So how to sign up, how to create an account. So you just click on the red button that you can see over here, sign up for free, and then click on this button, and you will be able to go to the dialog box that comes next to it. Okay. So there will be a few options to sign up. First option will be with your Apple account. Another option is with your Google account. Another option is with your Microsoft or Outlook account. And you can separately, yeah, or you can separately sign up using your email. Okay. So note, this is an important step to upload your assignment uh, in this platform. Okay. So you need to create an account for it. Without an account, I don't think so it will be possible for you to upload the drawing assignment. Okay. Okay. So if you have the account with you, you can sign up. So for example, I am signing up with my Google account. So I will click on the sign up with Google account, where you can see my cursor moving on this white tab. I click on this, and now this option appears of choosing the membership tier. For this course, you can choose the free um, membership. You don't need to choose any other membership, so it will be free of cost. So you just go to the Neon membership, as I'm doing in this slide is presentation as well. Okay. So you go on with this Neon option to continue with the Padlet account. Okay. So for those who joined late, I can just quickly repeat what I have done. So I use this Padlet account to, why do I need this Padlet? To upload my drawing assignments or the drawing challenges. I use this URL uh, to go to this web page, and here I need to create an account. I can sign up for it, and this sign up option gives me a few options to uh, it use either Google or Microsoft or Apple account to sign up. I am using my Google account to sign up here. And once you sign up using your Google account, a membership tier comes in. You can choose the free one. Okay. So you can choose the free one, which is Neon, and then you can continue with this thing. And now once you done, so you will be able to see this um, window that I am shown on the right hand side of the presentation. Okay, now congratulations, you are in the Padlet. Now you can join a Padlet. You can click on the join a Padlet, and you can directly jump into this. For example, you click on this join a Padlet, and here you need to write down this link, which is for the challenge number 1. Okay, you just write down this link in that option, and you will be able to see this. For example, this is drawing challenge 3 that I have. This link is for the drawing challenge number 3. So you can see this page will appear. Okay. Now, if you have reached to this page before also, it is fine. And if you have not, you can use my method to go into that page. There is also a separate method to go into this page. I will discuss that later half. So if you have come to this page or any other drawing challenge page, you are good to upload your drawing assignment. Okay. Okay, now how to upload your drawing assignment into this drawing challenge. So for example, this drawing challenge number 3 is about this railway track with the side, um, where there is shops on the side of the railway tracks. In other words, 3-point perspective drawing challenge. This is one of the 3-point perspective drawing challenge. So how do you upload your drawing assignment to this? And the way to do it is you can click, yeah. Now the way to do it is to click on this. You can you see my cursor? So It's over the middle white page. Okay, now the follow the cursor. So if you follow the cursor, there is a option coming. There is a plus sign on the right bottom. Um, so if you click on this plus sign, okay, so you click on this plus sign, you will be able, so this option will come. Okay, this will give you an option to upload. Now, in the subject body, in this subject body, you can write your name. You need to write your name, otherwise it will be difficult to identify who has uploaded. For example, uh, yeah, in this case, Rudra has written his name, as you can see. Uh, Rudra has written his name in the subject. Okay, so that's where you need to write your name either here, or you can write on the subject body, or write on either subject body also as well as on the body part also of this thing. And to upload your image, you need to click the first option. Okay, so this first option will lead you to upload your uh, this first option will lead you to upload the drawings. Okay, so if you click on this option, a dialog box will open where you need to choose your file from the computer. Okay, and you choose your drawing assignment and you upload that drawing assignment using this. Okay, once it's done, you can publish this, and it will be displayed, and it will be displayed on the and it will be displayed like this. Okay, so like for example, Rudra has uploaded. You can see Kamal Jeet has uploaded. Uh, yeah, so you can, so one of yours drawing assignment will also appear on the drawing challenge page. Okay, so what is the other way that I was talking about? So this was the one way you can use this to creating an account and going to and then pasting this link to it. But there is another method that I came to know later, uh, which is, just give me a few minutes. You can just directly go to the course website. Okay. Yeah. So for example, you are on the course website over here. Okay. So here you can see there are lectures. Now we proceed to chapter number 1. Okay. Click on chapter number 1. You can see the lecture video over here. Now you move on to lecture number 1. Okay. So far so good. There are exercises over here. And now there will be a picture saying challenge number 1. Okay, there will be a section saying challenge number 1. Okay, you need to click on that. It is clickable section. Okay, so for example, so in lecture 1 there is no section, saying challenge number 1. So we move on to the lecture 2. Okay, so first challenge, you can see over here there is challenge number 1 appears. Okay, so in this challenge number 1, so it is clickable. You can see my cursor has turned into a hand like gesture. Okay, so that means it is clickable. So you can click this thing, and this picture, this PDF will come. Okay, here you need to use straight edge and pencil to complete this whole picture, to complete the tiled floor. You can take the printout of this and you can draw uh, by pencil and straight edge. And once you do that, you can scan your image and you can upload it. Uh, okay, so you can, once you print out this, complete the image, and once you have the completed image, you take a photo or you scan that image, and once you have the scanned image, there is another. Can you see my cursor? So this brown part, you can see here, if you click, it will jump you to the drawing challenge number 1. Okay, so it is getting you to the drawing challenge number 1. So, okay, so that's the easiest way to upload. Okay, so for example, here 3 of these students have uploaded, but the one who has done with GeoGebra hasn't write his name. So it is very it is necessary to write your name, otherwise it will be difficult for us to identify who is uh, who is uploading these pictures. Okay, so here you can just click on this. Okay, or yeah, so here you can just click on this thing, and this option appears in your screen. You can click on the upload. Okay, now once you click on the upload, you can see there are images that you can upload. I don't have one to upload, so I will not do so. Okay, yeah, so is this um, yeah, and once you upload, you need to write your name here. For example, my name is Prerak. I will write Prerak Deep over here. Challenge also I will write Prerak the submission, something like this. Okay, and you can also mention, because it's already challenge one, you don't need to mention that it's challenge one or something. And after uploading your image by clicking on this link, okay, you will be able to publish the uh, yeah, so you will be able to publish after this. Okay, now let's go back to the uh, course website. Okay, so now so this is challenge number one. Now you have challenge number two later in this chapter, later in this lecture only. So this is again clickable download printable sheet. You can click on this sheet and you can take the print out of it, complete the image, and then scan the image and then upload it. And where to upload? Again, you click on this uh, brown part. You click on this, it will jump you to, it will take you to the challenge number two, drawing challenge number two, and you will be able to see something like this. Again, the same thing. You need to upload using um, this plus button, and you can do that. Okay, it's again the similar exercise. Now, for challenge number three, you need to go to lecture number three. Okay, once you go to lecture number three, you will be able to see um, challenge number three. So this is your challenge number three. Okay, so here you can see it is not printable. You need to draw it on your paper, your own sheet. You need to draw the railway tracks and the side drawings as well, and then you can click. And once you have the clicked image with you, you can click on this link that decorate the landscape around your track with the boxes in 1 or 2 point perspectives. Okay, get creative as you like, and then you click here to upload a photo of your drawing to the Padlet. Okay, you can then click on this. It will lead you to the drawing challenge number three. Okay, and here again you can use this plus a link to upload. Okay, now let's come back to the slides. Any questions? Any one of you have any question regarding the process that I just explained? You can, uh, you guys can unmute yourself, and uh, you guys can unmute yourself and ask question. Yeah, Ilango. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it correct or not, but yeah, please go on. You can unmute yourself, and can you hear me? Ilango D. Ilango, can you hear me? I don't know, Ilango, at which point you have doubt. Uh, you can write message also in the chat. The challenge is necessary or not. Uh, you challenge is necessary is good for your practice to upload. Okay, and as much if you want to learn how this perspective drawing works, uh, I will suggest you to upload this. And if you're crediting this course, then for sure you need to upload those things because uh, yeah, and more on that you can ask directly to the professor. But I think if you're crediting the course, it you need to it's upload the challenges. Yeah.
Excuse me,
Could you
sir.
please could you please brief us the exam pattern? I don't know the exam pattern. Sorry, you need to discuss that with the Professor Vijay. Yeah, who was speaking?
Sir, this is Manogna. In
Please
the
go on.
Swayam portal, I can see the assignment stuff, but I'm not able to see the exercise and the challenge part.
Yeah, in the SWAM portal, you will not be able to see. You need to go to the website of Geometry of Vision. Do you know the website address?
No, sir. Can you please post it in the chat section?
Okay, I will. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh, I thought like you guys have already have this with you. If it's not, I can also tell professor to share it with you, and I will also write it down in the chat box. Okay, so this is the website that I was showing you, where you need to where you will be able to see the exercises as well as the challenges, and where you need to upload the challenges as well. And okay, so yeah, anything else? Uh, Elango, do you have still the doubt? Your hand is still raised. Okay, so if no more doubts, then I think we can move on to the other part. Okay, so now let's move on to the other parts. What's the other part? Other part is to discuss some a few questions with you guys. Okay. Yeah. So here I have write down the link for the each of the challenges. If you can't find it on the website, uh, if you are not able to use the website to find that, here is the link. I will share this slide with you guys while communicating it to the professor, and he might share it with you. Okay, so you will be able to access these assigned you will be able to access the links. Okay, and here are the lecture links that you need for uh, here are the lecture links that you need to solve those drawing assignments. Okay, so I will so if I share this I will share the presentation with you guys, and I will try my best to do that. Okay, so yeah. So any questions in the lectures, in the first week lecture that you have gone through, or any difficulty that you guys faced, you can communicate, you can ask me right now, or otherwise we can directly jump into the question sessions that I want to discuss with you. So yeah, and I can wait for a one few minutes, and then I will move on. You can unmute yourself and you can ask directly, either, or you can write it down in the chat box. You don't feel comfortable.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kamaljeet, please. Can you
Sir,
please
I want to
get?
ask that how can we relate this linear space which we have discussed in this week first with linear algebra vector space or linear space?
Okay. So so if I okay, so let me phrase your question correctly. So you are saying that how we can relate linear algebra or linear spaces with whatever you have studied in the week one assignment, correct? That's what
Yes,
you're
sir.
asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So as far as we don't need linear algebra at this moment because uh, we are only sitting inside an R3 and we are looking at the perspectives. Okay, so it's more or like a projective geometry that we are going to do later in the course. And for that, some linear algebra will be required. But at this moment, we don't need linear algebra because we are in R3 only, and whatever property that we are using, that is straight line passing through a plane. So if I take any uh, uh, yeah, if I take any abstract three-dimensional linear space, so I have a concept of plane also in that. I have a concept of straight line also in that, and those and yeah, and the point uh, vanishing. Yeah, but those parallel line will not be. Yeah, so I don't think, because this vanishing point is where we are using geometry. So it is not only the linear algebra. Okay. So where the vanishing point comes in the picture, we are actually using the geometry. Because in some sense we are saying the parallel lines are going to converge, but it is just our perspective that we are looking into. They are not going to, they are converging, not in R3 but at infinity. That is mathematically. So yeah, there is a bit of so yeah, as far as I can think of right now, we cannot directly generalize this to any abstract three-dimensional linear space, but there is a concept of plane, which is a perspective plane, and there are sight lines that is intersecting that perspective planes, giving us the perspective of the three-dimensional space into a two-dimensional space. That's true, but the concept of vanishing point, that's where the geometry comes in the picture. So you need to, so you can't, uh, so there is more than a linear space is required in order to talk about the vanishing point at infinity. I hope I answered your question. uh,
Okay, sir.
is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any other question? And then otherwise we can move on to the question sessions, where I will discuss a few problems with you, and I will try to make it uh, interesting as possible. Okay, and please stop me if you have any doubt in between. uh, yeah, so the first question is, you guys already know that two distinct lines in R3 that are not intersecting to each other, they are parallel. Okay, so is it true? Any one of you? Or is it false? Can any one of you answer this?
I
So
think it is false
it is false. Okay. Why do you think, Kamaljeet, that's the answer?
because these lines can be skew also. Skew
Correct.
lines.
Correct. That's true. So he has come up with the, yeah, yeah, yes, Jennifer and Rishabh, you are also correct. Because in the three-dimensional space, there will be skew lines are also possible that do not intersect to each other, but they are also not parallel. Okay. So the answer is false, as you guys correctly pointed out. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. A collection of three lines, none of which are parallel to each other. Okay, so no line is parallel to each other. There are three lines, and no line is parallel to each other, uh, or to the picture plane, and they are also not parallel to the picture plane. Okay, so then how many vanishing point uh, will be there in the picture plane? So let's think of that. Let's create the image in your mind. Okay, so there are three lines that are parallel, that are not parallel to each other. Okay, and now they are also not parallel to the picture plane. So there are three lines like this, and suppose this is a picture plane, and this is the three lines which are not parallel. So how many vanishing point will it have in the picture plane? Can any one of you answer? Okay, let's discuss this more further. Um, so before come, let's we will come back to this question later. So let's first discuss
Three.
this question. Yeah, Jennifer, you are correct, three. But before that, let me come back to this question first. Okay. So this question is, And then I will come back to that question later, because these questions are like gradually increase. This question is supposed to be in gradually increased order. Okay, the first question is a collection of three lines. Okay, so collection of three lines that are parallel to each other, but not parallel to the picture plane. Okay, so you have three lines that is parallel to each other, but they are not parallel to the picture plane. So how many vanishing point we will have in the picture plane? So we all know that in the parallel lines have a same vanishing point, correct? So it should be 1, correct? Yeah. Now let's move on to this question. So this question says that a collection of three lines that are parallel to each other and are also parallel to the picture plane. Okay, so here we have the case when the three lines are parallel and they are also parallel to the picture plane. So it has to be like, if this is the picture plane, okay, this my left hand is the picture plane, then yes, you are correct, Tejashree. Then the lines are also like this. Okay, so we know that if there is a line which is parallel to the picture plane, those lines will not have any vanishing point. Okay, so the answer should be 0 in this case, as Tejashree has pointed out. Okay, now let's come back to the question. This question. Okay, now in this question we have three lines which are parallel to each other. Sorry, now we have three lines which are not parallel to each other. Okay, so they have to be like something like this. Okay, so these three lines are not parallel to each other, and they are also not parallel to the picture plane. Okay, so suppose my left hand is the picture plane, if you can see, and then this is the first line, this is the second line, and this is the third line that I'm having. So these three lines are not parallel to each other and also not parallel to the picture plane. How many vanishing point will the picture plane will have? Yes, correct. So the answer will be 3. Yeah. So answer will be 3 in this case. So as you guys have correctly pointed out. Okay. So now let's think about this question. So if a line and a plane both are in R3, they do not intersect uh, to each other, then they are parallel. Okay, so Kamaljit, can you come? Can you? Yeah. So can you give us an argument for that for the rest of the students?
I think here also skew lines are possible.
Uh, Skew lines are possible. That's true, but the question is if they do not. So there is a plane. The other uh, element is a plane, and you are comparing a line with a plane.
Okay.
So the question is that if they do not intersect. So for example, that plane may have the skew line contained inside. So plane is a two-dimensional object sitting inside R3. So the skew line that you are taking, which are not parallel, if you can see my hand. So if the skew lines that you are taking, so the other skew line may lie inside the plane. Now the question is whether this plane and this line are parallel or not. So, so if you want, if your answer is false, that means you need to come up with a plane and a line which do not intersect to each other and they are parallel. So, so suppose let us start with this hypothesis. If they are parallel, okay. So if the line and a plane are parallel to each other, so that means so there will be a line in the plane. So you can always find out a line in the plane which is um, Okay, so let me rephrase what I was saying. So you need to, if your answer is false, yeah. So if your answer is false, that means you need to say that there exists a, okay, I'm a bit confused. So the line of parallel that do not intersect. Yeah, so basically you need to come up with an example of a line and a plane uh, that are that do not intersect and they are not parallel. Okay, if your answer is false, can you come up with such an example? You need to come up with a line and a plane which do not intersect to each other, and then you need to say that they are also not parallel to each other. Can you think of an example like this? So let's go back to the understanding of when do we say a line is parallel to a plane. Okay, just I will give you a few minutes to think about this, and then I will discuss. So, for example, a few of you guys come up with, yeah, a few of you guys come up with the answer to be false. Okay, so xy plane and a line z equal to a. Yeah, but aren't those line and plane parallel? Aren't like that line z equal to a and xy plane, aren't those line and plane are parallel? They do not intersect for sure, but if your answer is false, you need to come up with an example of line and a plane um, which do not intersect and they are also not parallel. So the example that you have given doesn't, they are parallel. So that's what I that's what I want to say. Yeah. So yeah, Anandi, do you have anything to add? Anandi, do you have anything to add? I think accidentally your mic is on, so I will just mute you if it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. You have muted yourself. Okay. So yeah. So Kamaljeet, you also come up with the false answer, and other guy, other person also. So this is true. Okay. And because you need to go back to the understanding of when do we say a line and a plane are parallel to each other, line and a plane. So you say a line and a plane is parallel. Um, if it contains a parallel line. So the case will be like if there is a line, and so when do we say a line and a plane is parallel? If the plane contains a line parallel to the given line. Okay. If that is the case, then plane and line are parallel to each other. Okay. Now let's see this hypothesis there, or the assumption that is given, that they do not intersect to each other. What does this mean? This means that uh, yeah. So this means that there exists an skew line, okay, in the plane, which is not intersecting to that. It can be a parallel line also, but there also exists another line, okay, which is skew to the given line because it is a plane. So yeah, so do not intersect means uh, it just do not intersect implicitly implies that the line, the plane has to be uh, parallel to it, basically. Yeah. So do you understand the point that I'm trying to say over here? If any one of you have any doubt in that. So Kamaljeet and others who were saying that it's a false statement. So or we can say that their normals are parallel. But how do we talk about a normal of line? Like that's the question there. Because in R3 you can talk about normal to a two-dimensional space. Normal, for those who don't know, normal uh, is a line perpendicular to the plane. Okay, so if suppose if my table, if you can see my table, if this table is my plane, then this bottle standing is basically perpendicular to the plane. So the vector which is going through in the center of this bottle is going to be uh, yeah, will be the parallel normal to that. So but for a line you cannot talk about a normal. uh, do you see the problem? Because you don't have the other plane, you don't have other element as other element plane, you have other element as line. You are comparing a line with a plane. So a plane has a normal, but for a line you cannot say uh, a normal. Or what can you say is so yeah, I hope it's clear to you. If it's not, then we can always come back to this question and discuss it in detail. Now let's move on to this question. It says that if a line L is parallel to the plane to a plane pi, then there is some line L prime in pi that is parallel to L. Yeah, so this was basically the one. This was the explanation that I gave for the this question. So it says that if a line is parallel to a plane, then there is some line L prime in the plane which is parallel to the line. So what do you think? What do you guys think? It's true. Yeah. So it is true. Yeah. Okay. So suppose L is a line. Um, suppose L is a line in R3 and P is a point not lying in L. So L is a line in R3 and P is a point which is not lying on L. How many lines through P are parallel to L? Yes, Anidhi. Anidhi, do you have anything? Yes, Yurudra, do you have anything to say or anything to add?
Yes, sir. I'm saying that only one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And can you give a
Because
possible explanation to that?
only one line
Uh,
can pass through that point which is parallel to the line. There can't be the rest. Other will be skew lines or they will intersect the line.
correct, correct. So the answer is one. Okay. So now let's move on to the next question. This question number 15. So, um, so what is this question? Let us understand this question. So the lines that the red line that you are seeing is the side line, which is going to the vanishing point. Okay. Uh, or which is if you are looking to the railway tracks, it is the if you look at the end of the railway track, so that will be your line, that will be your sight line. The red line will be your sight line in that case. And what is yellow line? Yellow line is the side, is again another sight line that you are having uh, from the railway track or from the point 1 comma 0 in this particular picture. and it is and the thickened black line on the x-axis is your plane or picture plane, where you are drawing the two-dimensional picture of the three-dimensional uh, vision. Okay, so now the question is, let Hn denote the height of image of the nth railway tie in the picture plane. Okay, so if you can see my cursor moving, so this is your first railway tie with the coordinate of 1 comma 0. This is the second railway tie with coordinates 2 comma 0 and so on. So you will have n comma 0 in this x-axis. Okay, somewhere later in the x-axis you will also encounter n comma 0 point, which will be nth railway tie. Now the question is to find out a formula for Hn. Now what is Hn? Hn is the height. If you can see, just follow my cursor. So Hn is the height of the image of point 1 comma 0 or n comma 0 in the picture plane from the origin. Okay, so for example, for point 1 comma 0, the height is this this length. Okay, if you can see my cursor moving. Okay, so this will be the height, which is 0 comma half. And now for point 2 comma 0, if you draw a line, now, okay, so what is this point? How do we find out this point 0 comma half? So as you can clearly see, the sight line, which is joining your eye to the first railway tie, okay, which is point minus 1 comma 1, line joining minus 1 comma 1 to point joining to 1 comma 0. This line intersect, where does it intersect? The picture plane. So it intersect at point 0 comma half. Okay, so now it is a simple question. It is a simple high school question now. Okay, now how to convert it into a simple high school mathematics question? So you need to find out the equation of line, okay, which join these 2 points, and see where it intersects when x is equal to 0. So at y-axis we have x equal to 0. That's what the definition of y-axis. Okay, so you need to find out the line, which is yellow line. You need to find out the equation of yellow line, and you need to put x equal to 0 to find out this point 0 comma half. Okay, do you understand? Every one of you understand this? Okay, now what about some point n comma 0, which will correspond to the nth railway tie? How do we find out for that? Okay, so now let me stop sharing for you and let me. Okay, so can you guys can also think of this, and I will give you a solution or hint to it in a minute. If any one of you can solve it, then it's good. You don't need my help. Okay. Yes. So this is so what do we have? So we have something of a straight line over there in the x-axis, calling it to be the x-axis. Okay, and now we have a line which is the y-axis, which is our picture plane. Okay, so this is our picture plane. So let's call that to be picture plane or y-axis. Okay, now we have, oh my god, So sorry for that. This is picture plane or y-axis, and now here somewhere here. So this is, let me draw this point 1 comma 0. This is 2 comma 0, and so on, and there will be some point n comma 0. Okay. Can you guys see the presentation? I'm not sure because um, okay, okay, thank you for your response. Okay, um, yeah, and now this another point is that you are having. So let's call this to be 0 comma. This is, let's say this is 0 comma 1. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So this point is 0 comma half. Correct, Tejasvi? Tejasvi, if I'm saying correct, I don't know. So this will be the point. This is point of your vision. Okay, so let me draw an eye over here. So this is your vision. So this point is basically 1 comma minus, sorry, minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so now you have to draw. So first is to draw a line from joining these 3 points. Okay, so this is the line which intersects at 0 comma half. Okay, so what about n comma 0? So for n comma 0, we need to draw. So what is your guess, guys? Okay, so for example, for 2 comma 0, what is your guess to find out a point in the y-axis? So can you, any one of you can guess? What should we do?
Sir, we can find the equation of the line, then substitute x equal to 0.
Correct, correct. That's the answer. Yeah. So you know, yes, minus 1 comma 0 to n comma 0. Correct. Okay, so now it becomes a mathematical high school mathematics problems. Okay, so I suppose that all of you are familiar with this. Um, so now let's do that. So let me draw a line joining these 2 points. Okay, so sorry for the bad drawing. Yeah. Okay, so this will be the line. This will be the line, and what will be the equation?
Sir,
Sir, we
x
can
minus 2y is equal to 3.
Uh, can you repeat that? X minus
2y
uh,
is equal to 3.
um, so are you telling the equation joining minus 1 comma 0 to 2 comma 0? I want
Sir, 1
an equation.
with
If
1,
it
with 1
I
comma 0,
if
sir.
I
Minus 1 1 and 1 0.
oh, okay, but still I don't think so it's correct. Uh, okay, so why don't we try out by ourselves. Okay. So so for example, let me try out for this. So what do I want? I want to find out the image. I want to find out the image HN. Okay, which is the height of n comma 0 or railway tie nth railway tie with uh, in the picture plane, correct? Okay, so that's the height of the nth railway tie in the picture plane. So now how do we yeah, so how do we find out? So for that we consider the line as you guys have pointed out. Yeah, so Jennifer, I think that's correct. And now you substitute. Okay, so Jennifer has already find out. So I will give you the equation for those who don't have a mathematical background. I suppose there will be a few of you. I don't know whether there is or not. So for those who don't have the mathematical background, we need to find out the equation of line, where equation of line is given by this equation y naught minus. So it's the line, the equation of line joining x naught comma y naught and x1 comma y1. Okay, so now what is our x naught and y naught? So x naught y naught is, let's say, minus 1 comma 1, and x1 y1 is, say, n comma 0. Now you do the calculation and you will get y is equal to, n minus x by n plus 1 if you do the computation. Okay, so this will be the equation of the line. Yeah, so this will be the equation of line uh, joining these 2 points. Okay, so this will be the equation for this line. So this line will be y is equal to x, sorry, n minus x, n plus 1. Okay, so now you need to substitute what? You need to substitute, you need to find out the value of this line, where does it intersect in the y-axis. So for that, what do we need to do? We need to substitute x equal to something. What is that value?
0.
Correct. So if you do that, you will get n equal n by 1, n plus 1. Okay. So now let me stop this presentation and come back to the main presentation. Yes. So the answer will be, sorry. So the answer will be n over 1, n over n plus 1. Okay. So I leave out the details to you guys to solve, and I hope you will work it out. And I have given you a proper hint to solve that question. I also wanted to discuss this question with you, but as you have already solved a few questions based on this question, which is like, if 3 parallel lines, uh, if there are 3 non-parallel lines, so how many vanishing point will be there? So based on that, you can draw the picture in the diagram. Okay, so I will leave this exercise for you guys. I will quickly write down the answer over here. So it will be something like this, but yeah, I will leave this question for you because you already know the basics to solve this question. Okay, now let me come back to the initial part of my slides. Okay, where I discuss how to use Padlets and all. Okay, so hi again. I am Prerak, and I am your NPTEL TA for this 4-week coursework. Okay, and I've shared the website. Okay, course website. If you haven't seen this course website, now is the time to use this website. Okay, so you will need this website to yes. So I'm presenting you the website at this moment. So you need to use this website. You just type this URL, which I've shared in the chat box. I will also share you the slides. Okay, so you just write down this. Yeah, you just write down this website, and in this website you will be able to see all the lectures. Okay, and all the challenges that you need to upload. Okay, drawing challenges. So let's move on to the chapter number 1. In chapter number 1, you will be able to see the lectures and other details which will be helpful to solve exercises. Okay, so let's go to the lecture number 1. So in lecture number 1, you can see that this is exercise number 1, exercise number 2. Okay, and in the exercises, you will also find the explanation to the answers. Okay, it's not just the true or false. You will also be able to find out the explanation to the answer. For example, in this case, two distinct points in space can have the same image on the picture plane. Is it true or not? Um it is true. Okay, so the explanation is also given. And for example, you don't know the answer. Okay, yes, you can use this website for self-study, and you can upload your drawing assignments into the Padlets using this website. And for example, if you don't know the answer of this exercise, uh, if you don't know the answer of this exercise, then you can say, then it will also give you the answer for that. Uh, then it also gives you the explanation for why it is wrong. Okay, and now it gives you a proper. This website discusses everything, and now in lecture 2, you can further go on exploring the challenges, which is challenge number 1. In the challenge number 1, you will be able to find out this printable workout sheet. You will click on this. You will get a PDF which you can take the printout of. You can complete the picture. Okay, and you can scan this image and then you can upload into this challenge number 1. And you can go to the challenge number 1 by just clicking this brown uh, section. Okay, so you can see my cursor has become an hand. uh, uh, okay, so if you click on this, you will be directed to this Padlet web page where you can submit your entries. Okay, by clicking this +1, you can upload your scanned image. Don't forget to write down your name, okay, to upload, and use this option to upload. Okay, so yeah, so this will be for challenge number 1. Similarly, can be done for challenge number 2, challenge number 3. Okay, so this website will be helpful for you in many ways. It will be helpful for you to know why an answer is wrong or right. Okay, moreover, you can also do some creative exercises by taking these challenges and uploading it onto the Padlets. Okay, I have shared you the website link in the chat box. If you haven't gone to the website yet, please do so and find out this website and do the challenges by yourself, and uh, yeah, explore the creativeness behind these perspective drawings. Okay, so with this note, um, yes, I think I can stop. Okay, and if you have any questions, please ask. Now is the time. If no other question, then I will see you guys uh, next week, same time, Monday. Okay. Uh, Bill, this where this PPT. Uh, Just a second, I didn't see your question. Okay. Okay, so for self-question, okay, sir, is there any official group for discussion? Okay, I will talk with, I will convey your message to the professor, and I will try to make any group discussion. But you can make discussions over this Padlet website. Okay, so as you have seen, for example, uh, let me go to the website again. Okay, so as you can see on this website, if you jump to the challenges, okay, you will go to the Padlet, so you can add your comments onto other person's submission. Okay, so for example, if I jump to this thing, I will be directed to this Padlet platform, and here you can comment. Here anyone can comment on anyone's drawing. Okay, so yeah, so that's, I don't think so that's a good way to communicate, but it's one of the way to communicate. And if you want me to, if you ask me about the um, discussion, proper discussion, so I don't know, but I will for sure convey this message to the professor, and if there is anything we can do about it, we can make a discussion group or something like that. Okay, where will this PPT be uploaded? Okay, so let me also share with you guys my YouTube channel, where I'm going to upload this video, this complete recording. Okay, so let me first stop the recording.